Hey friend, welcome to the session of why and how my sacred circuitry meditation works, where I learned it, and the meditation itself will be in its own video actually. In case you were here on Tuesday and you heard me describe it like the way I did my first EFT video, I've been trying all day and the meditation video itself is too large. And I finally realized that the path of least resistance is to just upload them separately. So this is going to be the explanation if you're like me and you want to understand how and why it actually works. And I think it's really fascinating. So I hope everybody who partakes of the meditation will actually watch this as well, because it will help you understand it better. But the link for just the straight meditation is in the description box below. So you can skip this one if you already know the explanation, or if you just don't really feel like you need to know. My name is Elle, and I'm not going to go into a whole introduction here, but you can check out most of my other videos for that if you're interested. And we're just going to go ahead and hop in right now. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video so that it gets out to more people who need it. And everything in this video was taken from Bashar's Sacred Circuits talk, which you can find links to in the description box as well, if you would like to watch the whole thing, which I highly recommend. But if you don't know who Bashar is, he's a multi-dimensional being who has been channeled by Daryl Anka for something like 39 years. He's funny, fascinating, and wants us to learn from the mistakes his people made so we can actually create our desired reality instead of going down the dark path his own civilization went down in the past by becoming too reliant on logic and technology, which caused them to essentially lose their humanity. And they got it back, and that whole story is in First Contact, I believe. So I'm not going to go into all that craziness here. And if this sounds crazy to you, I totally don't blame you, but I recommend checking out the videos I just mentioned, as well as the movie First Contact, which will also be linked below in the description box, because you will learn about all of this from Daryl Anka's perspective. And he's not a weirdo. Like Daryl Anka, pretty normal dude. So I highly recommend going and checking that out so you can sort of get a feel for all of it yourself. All the symbols and corresponding words that you see before you on the screen, these are what the meditation that I created is made up of. And they were channeled from Bashar by Daryl. So please feel free to draw them out for yourself in case you would rather do your own meditation with them instead of using the one I created. And I'll explain more about that a little bit later. But let me just go ahead and not recommend, I have to tell you to do it this way because this is how it was expressed by Bashar. So for the first 3 days, you want to do them in the order that they're presented in. So center is number 1, expand number 2, balance number 3, prepare number 4, express number 5, extend number 6, unlock number 7, flow is number 8, receive is number 9, relate is number 10, realize is number 11, act is number 12, transform is number 13, connect is number 14, and manifest is number 15. So like I said, for the first 3 days, you want to do them in this specific order. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in just a little bit. There are more than these 15, but evidently these are the ones that we're ready for right now, because I haven't come across any of the other ones yet, but who knows, they may be out there somewhere waiting. But Bashar does say, like, don't worry about any other ones. These are the ones that you need right now. So, and like I said, you can watch the whole Sacred Circuits talk. I highly recommend you do that. These may even look familiar to you because I think they can be found in Native American art, or certainly some Native American art. And I feel like I've seen them, or at least similar symbols, in cave drawings, pyramids, and other ancient sites. So I don't think that this is the first time they've been channeled to us. But I also just feel like I know and understand them personally. They kind of feel like home to me in some way. So let me know if that resonates with you in the comments, because we're probably soul family if it does. So let's go ahead and talk about why and how this works. As I explained in this week's Transformation Tuesday video, which you should totally go watch after this or after the meditation, or I don't know, go binge watch my channel. But basically, the Transformation Tuesday video from this week will help you understand how to make your reticular activating system work for you instead of against you. So definitely check that out if you want to do that. If you don't know what a reticular activating system is, check out that video. We potentially, in all caps, have access to all possible realities, but we actually won't really be able to access any that are so far from our current timeline that our brains don't think they're relevant to our lives and the reality we're currently experiencing. We will only be able to access and align with the timelines that are relatively relevant and within probability to our current reality, which is not handy if we're trying to quantum leap ourselves into a miracle. Additionally, when we get a desire, inspiration, or intuitive hit from our higher selves, it opens a window of opportunity. And if you act in accordance with that and the feeling of joy, the window stays open as you move toward it. But if you don't, for some reason, the window begins to close and the universe starts rearranging itself again to create a new window for you if you persist in wanting whatever you were inspired by. Because the universe is constantly trying to give you what you want, but it can't make you act on your desires. Only you can do that because you have free will, whether you think you do or not. And that is a whole other video. So let me know in the comments if you would like me to do one on free will, what it actually is, how it actually works, and how to get more access to it, essentially. So not only does the meditation rewire your brain, but it also changes its chemistry, physiology, and electromagnetic patterns. So basically everything. And that's why it accelerates the rewiring process so effectively. And all of this is already happening in your brain all the time anyway. We're just taking advantage of its plasticity to reprogram it to have a stronger connection with infinite intelligence. And there's definitely a reason I was guided to all of this now when the Lionsgate portal is opening, because this is the time to remember who you are so you can realign with your destiny. And the meditation will help you with that immensely. So these circuits are designed to rewire your brain according to a specific focus to crystallize certain ideas in a certain way. And they also allow you to expand your awareness of who you really are. And focusing on these specific symbols realigns the circuits within our brains to the core frequency of unconditional love and source energy. Now, the way we imagine things is keyed into our brains, basically, to our own individual vibration. So the way our imaginations interpret downloads is specifically what works best for us individually, which is why I am so passionate about hooking you up with your own higher self. We are not meant to follow anyone else's guidance because it's specific to their path. And while it might technically work in quotation marks for us, it won't get us exactly where we're going as quickly as possible. It might get us close to where we want to go, but there's no such thing as close enough when we're talking about our own individual purposes and destinies. Furthermore, your reticular activating system will take its cue from your beliefs and the definitions you've been conditioned to think are true. But the sacred circuit symbols will help your brain become more elastic and malleable to relax the crystallized circuits that are no longer serving you, so you can imprint them with circuit paths that do serve you. Shifting the circuits in your brain will bring beliefs to the surface that no longer fit, so you can process, transmute, and integrate them as something that's more aligned with the new circuitry you're creating. So the meditation will also accelerate the cognitive process of changing your beliefs. So it's multifaceted and it is literally going to speed everything up. And I hope this all makes sense to you. Now let's talk a bit about the meditation. As I said earlier, there are 15 symbols that we're working with in all, and I highly recommend you draw them out for yourself, especially if you don't like the meditation. Once you go check it out, I'm hoping that when you get done watching this, you'll go check out the meditation, and then maybe after that, you'll go check out Tuesday's masterclass if you're interested. But also, even if you do want to continue using the meditation that I created, drawing them out for yourself will actually aid in the rewiring process, because now you're getting your own body physically involved. So I drew them out by hand twice, and then I created them digitally for the meditation, and it definitely shifted some pretty major things in my brain pretty quickly. So if you are going to practice the meditation on your own, you're going to want to put them in the order prescribed on the previous slide. And you're going to put them on their own flashcards. So one symbol and the corresponding word on one flashcard. And it's important that for the first 3 days, you do them in this specific order. Spending, spending 1 minute with each, so 15 minutes in all. And our brains work best that way because 15 minutes at a time is the amount of time that best supports the absorption of information, alteration, and rewiring of the brain for any specific task. And any longer than that can actually dull the effect. Also, after the first 3 days, you can look at them in any order you want, and you can look at just the ones that you feel called to look at, 1, 2, 3, 4, however many, but still no longer than 15 minutes. So if you are drawn to, let's say, you just want to stare at the manifest symbol and work on your relationship with that, don't do it for any more than 15 minutes. And this is another good reason to draw them out for yourself. That way, if you feel compelled to do them out of order or just a few of them, you can do that, because the video is always going to go in the order, right, that they were presented. And what you really want to do during the meditation is relax and simply take in the symbol and its corresponding word concept, allowing your mind to drift. Just absorb the shape and intended concept without thinking or analyzing it. These symbols are designed to rewire the circuitry in your brain to be a hyper-connected, hyper-conductive, associative way to access knowledge and information about yourself, the universe, and all there is, so you can become a more whole and integrated being. And Bashar recommends relating to the symbols as their own autonomous beings with their own consciousness, and develop a playful and fun relationship with them. They will express themselves as an imprint or encodation in your neurological circuitry to help you become an expanded antenna and clear receiver by creating a stronger, clearer connection between your physical mind and your higher mind. To that end, I paired the symbols with a hypnotic video and mixed an uplifting meditation track with a calm thunderstorm, plus 432 hertz and 963 hertz solfeggio frequencies, because 432 hertz resonates with the Schumann resonance of 8 hertz, which is Earth's core frequency. And it's known for its grounding and deeply soothing effects. And 963 hertz, also known as the God frequency, to connect you with infinite awareness. And it's commonly referred to as a pineal gland activator. And the pineal gland is your third eye. So that's probably a whole video on its own as well. Let me know in the comments if you would like one on that. And this frequency also aids in the removal of brain fog and the improvement of clarity in your thought process. So that's why I put those frequencies in with the music. So the meditation that I've created, which you can go watch right after this, and I hope you will, it doesn't just work on you visually, but we're inducing a hypnotic state to allow you to become more receptive, and incorporating the solfeggio frequencies to work with your energy on another level. So just like with my EFT videos, it amplifies the effect even more because I'm here to create shortcuts and paths of least resistance. So I hope this explanation was helpful. And if you're still watching but you haven't liked the video yet, please do so now before you go watch the meditation. I would really appreciate it to help more people see it. Leave a comment to let the algorithm know to show it to more people. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, because I really appreciate your support. And that also helps my content get in front of more people who will benefit from it. But really fast before you go to the meditation, if you would like to work with me to learn how to consciously create your desired reality quickly and effortlessly, remember who the fuck you really are and what you came here to do, awaken and or strengthen your spiritual gifts, quantum heal all the shit that holds you back, as well as generations of your family line, past, present, and future, and step into your full power and destiny now, I do have one more one-to-one spot available beginning next month, or you can still join my Conscious Creator Code 4-month journey if you prefer a group experience. Links to contact me, links to contact me about working with me one-to-one are on the screen and in the description box below, as are links to claim your spot in CCC. And don't hesitate to holler at me if you've got questions about either of them. You can also join my free Facebook community, also in the description box, if you want more of this kind of content, free healings, and to connect with me more intimately. There are also a ton of really cool empathy-centered people in the community, and we would love to have you. So that is my spiel today. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, please give it a like and be sure to subscribe and go check out the meditation right now if you are into that sort of thing. Much love, and I hope you have an amazing day or night wherever you are.